So I'm not really feeling his hair anymore. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna start documenting my journey as the nap time millionaire. And the nap time millionaire is going to be about my journey to financial freedom and what I'm doing to get my finances in order and stop depriving myself of financial freedom. You know, when you're in moments where like something happens and then it hits you that, okay, Krystal, you really need to get your finances together and stop playing. I've been here multiple times. So I've been in this situation multiple times, and at this point, I'm just tired of it. No more shame, no more guilt. Like, this is truly my journey to financial freedom. And when I say freedom, I mean like not security or stability, even though I need to get there first, but I mean actual freedom. And so what just happened just now is that I went in the bank. I have a savings account with this particular bank, and it's a local bank, credit union. But I asked, can I open a checking account? And I was denied because of Chex systems. So whatever my check system score is, I was denied and they wouldn't open me a checking account, but they opened a bank account for me. So I immediately went and I created an account on Check System so I can look at my reports. I also went on there and I immediately froze my account. Now, honestly, I don't feel like I should be denied for a checking account. And it's been a while since I've ran into this problem because I've been banking with one bank for a very long time, Navy Federal. But I decided that I wanted to have like a backup account. And I'm just over like just financial chaos. I really am. So, Nap Time Millionaire is not just about starting a business, making passive income during nap time, but it's also doing financially responsible things and tasks like this particular situation. Opening up bank accounts that you may need to have as backup or to help you get your money organized and things like that. Not allowing you to be all over the place, but just helping you get organized. I believe in having multiple bank accounts. I believe in having your money dispersed. So maybe it's just meant for me to have just a savings account there. But look, I was not expecting to be denied because I got a savings account with this bank. So, yeah, that's what I just did. I went and I immediately registered to create a Chex Systems account because, yes, if you did not know, they keep scores according to your banking history. So, if you have had bank accounts that had insufficient funds and they closed it, they keep record of all that because these people are not for you. The government is not for you. But also, it just shows like, okay, get your finances together so you don't run into problems like this and stop running away from it. So that's definitely what I'm doing. So that was a task that I did today. Created a check systems account. I requested my reports. I froze my account. And when I get home and I sit down, I am going to take a look at my reports and go ahead and put in some disputes because I'm not understanding why I have a low check system score. So it's time to get your finances in order. You want to be a millionaire, you want to start a business, but it requires like good financial management, good financial stewardship, discipline, personal accountability, consistency, being persistent. You also have to be like have self-control. So going out every day buying one or two iced coffees, me, when I know I really cannot afford to do that, when I'm spending my last on coffees, knowing that I'm like behind in bills and got other things to do, that is just financial irresponsibility. And no, I cannot use coffee as emotional support anymore because guess what? The coffee is not going to pay my bills. The coffee is not going to help me get organized. The coffee is not going to keep me on the right track financially. And this is just truly a wake up call. It really is. So that's all a part of being nap time millionaire as well. Like you can't just focus on the business and not also be focusing on getting your finances in order, changing your mindset, changing your habits, disciplining yourself, and things like that. So that's what we're going to be chatting about over here on this page or this network or this community wherever you're listening to this at. So I am, if you don't know who I am, I'm Krystal. I am a newly divorced mom of six. I don't want to call myself a single mom, but I am co-parenting with God. And I know that God wants us to be financially abundant. That's the word, that's the Bible. He wants us to be abundant. He wants us to thrive. He does not want us in lack and poverty. And we just have to be good stewards. Like, he's not going to give us millions of dollars if we're not ready to steward that $1 million. So me not being able to get a bank account says a lot, because guess what? I may need that bank account over there to put that money in there, some money over there from the millions that I want to make, right? But he's going to start small. He's going to start with, Krystal, can you manage $10? Can you manage $100? Can you manage 1,000? Can you manage 5,000, 10,000? Like increments. And at my ripe old age of 38, I'm just tired of that. Like, I can barely manage $1. So in my journey to becoming a nap time millionaire, that's what all of this is going to be about: financial stewardship, financial management, being a good steward, and not depriving myself anymore or my children of what they deserve. And the Bible says that money answers all things. Now, I'm not over here trying to love money, but it's a resource from the Lord. Okay. So I'm not loving money, but it answers all things, and we need money daily. So no matter how much I have tried to have the mindset of trying to talk myself out of something, like, oh, you don't deserve this, or oh, like even going as far as telling myself, like, you don't deserve to have hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, because you don't do well with money, or you just feel like you don't deserve it, or yeah, these are the things that I would tell myself subconsciously. And I'm like, no more, no more deprivation, no more depriving myself of what I know I'm supposed to have, because I'm a daughter of God. And if I want to be a nap time millionaire and do things in 2 hours a day with, as my children nap, and to make hundreds of dollars, and that's what I'm gonna do. But I have to start at the foundation and get to the root of it all. So if you're here to join me on this journey, welcome. You're a mom, you're a single mom, you're newly divorced, you're wherever you are in your life, you just know you got to get your finances together, and you need to start at the bottom too and just get it together. First, we're going to start with mindset first. We're not even going to brush over that, because obviously it's my thoughts and my mindset, my habits, that has gotten me at this point where, I'm going in the bank and I can't even get approved for a bank account, a checking account where I need to put my money at. So here we go. Cheers to becoming a nap time millionaire according to God's standards and his ways. So you're a believer in Jesus Christ also. We're going to know the Bible on this too. And we are going to know what the word says, and we are going to know what God says about us and how much he desires for us to have abundance, an abundance of money. Because if we don't understand that, and we don't know who we are, and we can't even say what the word says about money and about me, then clearly, I'm not ready to receive anything at any capacity. So then I just want to continue to believe that all I deserve is government assistance, food stamps and WIC and cash assistance, and the bare minimum. We're not doing that anymore. So here's to the nap time millionaire journey. And we're going to put a time on this. So we're going to put a focus on 12 weeks. And we're going to follow this journey according to the 12-week year. So the goal is to accomplish as much as we can in 12 weeks financially that we would ever accomplish in, like, I mean, in our whole lifetime. If you like me, and just not a good steward over money and never had a lot. We're going to write out goals, and we are going to follow the plan. So 3 goals. And for 12 weeks, we're going to focus on those three goals, and we are going to put tasks in place. So if your goal is to, maybe you just need a good job. Maybe you just need a good job, or you want to start a business because you know you have a product or a service that you can offer to help you make more money. Or you want to find a good job, remote job, work from home job just for stability. But just know that we're not just focusing on stability, we're focusing on freedom. So the Bible says, who the Son sets free is truly free indeed. Sorry, I was looking over there. Who the Son sets free is truly free indeed. So that's in every area of our lives. We're not bound to anything. We're not, in any strongholds. Like, that's just not what God wants for us. And that's where my trust and my faith and my belief is in. And if I have been praying to God and saying, God, help me, get me out of this, I need more money, all of this stuff, God is like, what are you doing? Because it's on you at this point. You have to do what needs to be done to become an Naptime millionaire. And it can be done. So first, helping, like, you need to ask God to fix your unbelief and ask him for forgiveness for all of the ways you have thought about money, you viewed money, you've handled money, your perspective of money. Also ask him to search your heart and purge you of all of the habits and things that are attached to your identity that's affecting your money and the way that you view and handle money. So for instance, if you think that money comes along with a lot of obligation, like, that's not true. But where did that come from? And I'm saying that because that's my story. For me, I felt like doing things for other people to make money, or even asking for money or anything like that, any exchange of money, it came with obligation. But that's how I grew up. Like, I was in positions where that's how I grew up. So that was one thought that I had about money. And I would shy away from it a lot because it felt controlling, because that's what I went through. But money does not come with obligation. You don't have to put yourself in that position, but it does come with a lot of responsibility. Like, you have to be responsible and you have to be accountable. You have to plan, you have to have a vision, you have to budget, like, you have to track, you have to look at it, you have to know, what you have coming in and what's going out. You have to know how much money you need. You have to know what your bills are and what you need to pay. You have to know, like, what your goals are. Like, if you have things that you want to do financially, maybe you want to travel, maybe you want to buy a new car, maybe you want to move from this particular place to that place. Your finances is going to show how much you believe in what you're doing. It's going to show how much you trust in God. It's going to show your capacity to receive. And so for me, I always say, oh, I want to travel, I want to do this, I want to move here, I want to drive this, I want to be able to do this. But if my actions do not back what I'm saying I want to do, if I have not written it down on paper, if I have not planned it out, if I have not written out goals, if I have not written out the task, if I have not set in my mind that, okay, I'm going to stop believing this over here and start believing this over here. And also, how dare I not believe God in the area of my finances? How dare you, Krystal, to not have faith in God and trust in Him when it comes to your finances, but you pick and choose the other areas that you want to trust Him in and leaving money out? Who is suffering from that decision? My children, who are now in a position where they had no choice but to follow me, their mom, into my parents' house, and we're living with them. My four kids are crammed. This is just the truth because I want to show y'all where I am. My four of my kids are crammed into one room. Two playpens, which the two that are sleeping in playpens, long overdue for them to get out of a playpen. I got one child sleeping on the couch, one child sleeping in the office on the floor, and I am sleeping on the couch. That's all based off my the fact that I haven't been believing God in my finances. I haven't been believing him when I go pray and say something. I barely even pray concerning the area of my finances. You know what my prayers are? Lord, I need, Lord, help me, Lord. And that's not what he wants me to do, because he has already provided. He has already given it to me. I got to go out and get it. I have to do what I'm supposed to do to get these things in my hands. But if I'm constantly saying, Lord, I need this, I'm broke, I'm blah, 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 and I'm turning to the government to support me and not even trusting God to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that I could ever think or ask, but I trust that the government and this little bit of money that the government is giving me in food stamps and cash assistance and all of these things is enough for me. How dare I be praying to my God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills? So I pray to him and then I go sign up for cash assistance. I pray to him and then I go sign up for food stamps. I pray to him and then I go look for all the government assistance and programs. That's not how it goes. But this is what I've been doing for 14 years. So now what we have to do, we have to heal. We have to heal our nervous system, our mindset, everything that has kept the score, especially when it comes to finances. If my thought is that I don't want to run out of money, I'm scared, I get anxious when I think about money, so I don't want to look at my bank account, and I'm just willing to go into overdraft, and I know my account is low, and then I get all scared and anxious when I see the low bank account and the little bit of money, and then I start to think about all of the things that I should have done, should have paid for. But no, I'm out here blowing my money on Starbucks and food and other things and not even managing it well. I have not been a good manager. And so what am I expecting God to do? So if I got 2 hours out of the day, I'm gonna do what I need to do now. I'm gonna stop sitting back and depriving myself and my children of a good, blessed, abundant life. They're struggling because I'm choosing to struggle, and I don't have to struggle. That's the thing, it's a choice. So here we go. The video wasn't even supposed to be this long, but here we go to the Nap Time Millionaire journey. If you want to join me, please do. There may be an email, like a subscription list. Please subscribe wherever you're watching this at. You're on TikTok, YouTube, wherever you are, and take this journey with me. Like, this is real, because the thing is, like, the world is not getting any better, right? But time is not for it's not gonna wait for me either. But I do trust that when God knows that I'm for real this time, he will redeem the time and it'll be as if it never happened. So because God doesn't hang our financial responsibilities and our financial woes over our head. Once we go to him and say, God, fix it, forgive me for the way that I've been doing things, and forgive me for this, transform my mind when it comes to finances, and like just change my brain chemistry. Like, be bold enough to ask him to do these things, because you're going to need to be changed in order to, if you've never handled thousands of dollars before, if you've never been able to manage $100, what do you think needs to happen in your mindset first to be able to do that? Like, I'm asking him for this amount of money, but knowing that I'm not going to steward it well, or knowing that I'm not going to do what I'm supposed to do with it. So in the moment, I could be saying, God, I need, man, that's a nice boat. See what I'm saying, y'all? Here's this very nice boat just parked in front of me. And I want to be able to go ride a boat. I want to be able to go take my children on a boat. I want to be in proximity with people who own boats. But that is a requirement. Like, that's, it's so much that has to go along with that. So if I'm praying, I'm asking God, Lord, I want $100,000 because I want to be able to bless single moms, or I want to be able to bless families to start a business. I want to be able to give funding to help families get on their feet and establish themselves and have stability and start a business for long-term wealth and legacy and things like that. But he knows he's going to look at the record and be like, girl, you can't even manage $10. You take your $10 and go give it to Starbucks. You don't even have self control and discipline for one day to say, I'm not even going to go buy coffee today. I'm going to go buy the things I need and have it at home and make coffee at home until I can actually afford to buy coffee out every day. Spending $15 a day on coffee is ridiculous. And yes, that is what I was doing because guess what? Coping, addiction, we're gonna call it what it is. So if I'm like, God, I need $100,000 because I want to do this, yeah, I can ask him, but he is not gonna give it to me because I don't. He knows that I'm not gonna take that money and go do what I'm saying. Because I have no discipline, no plan, no vision. I don't even know exactly where the $100,000 is gonna go down to the last penny, and I have the nerve to be asking him. So first it's like, Lord, I want to be able to do this, but I know right now where I'm at my mind is not right. Like I need you to instill in me the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, but also remove all the bad roots and things like that so I can start to prepare to do these things. And the Lord definitely want to work on mindset, but he doesn't want that to also be a crutch for you where it's like, oh, I got to get my mind right first. No, it's going to be along the journey. Like he's going to fix your mind while you're doing because you faith without works is dead. So there's no way that you can be changing without doing something, right? So here's to the nap time millionaire journey. Y'all gotta go because I gotta go pick up the kids from school. But I just wanted to share this with y'all. Join me on this journey. And like I said, all the links and things wherever you might need to find will be in the description wherever you need to find it at links. I really believe that this is Holy Spirit led because God is not playing about money and finances in this season. He's not playing about us with stewardship. There's so much money that he wants to transfer over into the kingdom, but it's only to those that he can trust to manage it. So if you know that you're called to finances and kingdom wealth, and to be a financier for other people, you start here, get your life together. Like it don't take 8 or 9 hours a day, 2 hours a day. If you are really focused and you have prayed and you know the Lord is ordering your footsteps, 2 hours a day. Sometimes not even that, it could be 30, 45 minutes. But if you know that you have your task in front of you, your vision in front of you, you will get something done, whether you have 30 minutes or 2 hours. What is going to develop here is self-development, discipline, consistency, self-control, planning, vision, like all of these things that you've never done before. If you tried and you just weren't consistent, that is what's going to happen in this time development. Like, and believe me, there's going to be resistance, but you have to fight through that. Okay, so I welcome you now, and we shall testify.